Good morning, everybody,
Good morning.
and welcome back to another Monday Morning Grit Memorial Day edition.
Yep.
We got the day off.
Happy Memorial Day.
Hopefully you didn't wake up early to catch the release of this episode, but maybe you did. Maybe you like doing a little spring cleaning on your Memorial Day weekend.
Yeah.
Did you do any spring cleaning more in this
I
weekend?
actually did.
Yeah?
Yeah.
What does that entail for you?
For me, I just got rid of some stuff that just been taking up space for too long, and you keep
like
on
a dump run?
Not quite a dump run, more like let's shove as much stuff as we can down the garbage chute and hope it doesn't clog up.
Oh, nice. You got a good garbage chute?
Yeah, it's got a compactor at the bottom too.
I always wanted my own compactor.
Compactors are great.
I actually always wanted my own incinerator. I thought incinerator would be sick.
Incinerator's nice, especially if you're, I guess you could use it to heat your home. I don't know if it might have a smell to it though.
Oh yeah, is that true? I remember reading like a Dilbert episode where he made them into bricks and then built his house out of them.
Shout out to Dilbert.
Yeah, I was always a Dilbert fan. Although
Not necessarily the creator though.
Yeah, well I think he's local, isn't he?
Is he?
I think so. I support all local content creators.
Yeah. Well, I don't know if I support Scott Adams.
Well, I like Dilbert at the very least.
Dilbert's cool. I like Dilbert.
I'm a Dilbert collector.
Dilbert's the guy who I learned from Dilbert that when people have meetings at work, the whole point of the meeting is to get out of actually doing any real work.
Oh yeah.
Very,
Genius.
very important. But yeah, if it always feels weird saying Happy Memorial Day. Like you don't wish people a happy
like
Pearl
in
Harbor
memoriam.
Day, you know?
Yeah. I guess that's true.
Yeah, but I don't know. It is the unofficial start of summer, so regardless of the subject matter, it is a very fun weekend for people.
Yes, I always used to think we used to be Bumbershoot and Sasquatch were like the two ends of the summer, Labor Day and Memorial Day weekend.
Yeah.
But now that Sasquatch is gone, I guess it's Folklife Festival now.
Yeah.
But
we'll take what we can get, you know?
yeah, right. Folklife's fine. I've been to it enough times that there's not really going to be anything new.
Yeah.
Have you ever been to, I guess you're new enough to the state, you might not have been to Folklife Festival.
No, I haven't.
Imagine not all the hippies, but like, imagine like or you haven't been to the Weed Festival either.
No, I haven't.
Imagine white dreadlocks.
White dread. Oh.
They're like your regular Seattle concentration times 10 on
My
white
least
dreadlocks.
favorite kind of dreadlock.
Yeah, and then there's a lot of like stringed instruments being busked,
Oh.
and then some bigger acts that you would never recognize, but maybe are big in like the world scene. A lot of world music.
Okay, yeah.
Drum circles. But it's in the Seattle Center, so there's always like good,
Yeah, that reminds
food
me
and
of, when I lived near Richmond, the Richmond Folk Festival, the main stage had a Peruvian flute band,
Nice.
windpipe band.
Was it Zamfir? He's the king.
I don't think it was.
Yeah, Zamfir, the master of the pan flute.
Wow.
He's one of my favorite musicians.
It's very nice music to listen to. It's very relaxing and
Yes.
soothing.
They know how to do it in Peru.
I hope so. But your week, was it a good one?
My week was pretty good. It was fine. I can't think of anything except I tried to this weekend. I mean, if it includes the weekend, there was like a Memorial Day festival thing up at Ruston, Point Ruston.
Yeah.
Went up there with my dad and roommate Logan, and couldn't find parking.
Couldn't find parking.
That just didn't exist.
Oh,
We looked for maybe 20 minutes.
so you gave up?
And we had to give up.
Yeah, I mean, there's not much, if there's no parking.
There was nowhere to park. Even like very far away,
Yeah, that gives me anxiety, parking for big events.
Oh, yeah. Well, you probably wouldn't like Folklife Festival either then.
I mean, you
Last
remember.
time I went, I got a parking ticket.
Oh yeah, where'd you park?
Just too close to the end of the curb.
Oh, yeah. That's, they get you with that
Yeah,
one.
stuck over the edge enough, I guess.
Yeah, I mean, you remember when we went to the state fair? I mean, that getting
Oh yeah,
parking
well at least
there.
they got a
that,
nice big lot there.
Yeah, I feel like it took us like an hour to get into that lot, though.
Oh yeah, well when there's so many people and there's a bottleneck to get in.
Yeah, they got that like gondola that goes over the fair. They can't like run that all the way to Tacoma.
Oh, that would be nice.
That would be insane.
Yeah, well, you probably wouldn't like going through SeaTac either. I was reading something that I saw this article and then I wasn't able to find it again. But it claimed that SeaTac was the second most popular destination for Memorial Day weekend in the United States.
Really?
It doesn't seem possible.
No. Although I will say, when I was by the airport, like earlier this weekend, it was busy, more busy than usual.
Well, they said they're back up to their pre-pandemic new peaks since 2019. And they said it was like Thursday they expected 115,000 people. Friday they expected 125,000 people.
That's
and then
crazy.
I didn't see the Saturday, Sunday
That's
numbers.
insane.
But yeah.
Yeah, it's a big travel weekend.
But you got to imagine there's the influx outflux numbers. They got to be comparing those. So maybe there's just not very many people leaving and everyone's going in.
Maybe, but
I don't know how they do that with the airplanes though. You think you need to send out as much as you take in. Maybe you do a little triangle trade.
Yeah, probably. Or they just, it's like too many airplanes. They push a couple off the cliff.
They're like, you just go back empty.
Yep. I'm sure they do deadhead flights actually more often than you think.
Yeah.
It'd be cool if you could get on a deadhead flight, just one passenger on the whole plane.
Dude, playing Grateful Dead all through the night.
Yeah. Sometimes
Man's
Amtrak
Dead,
runs deadhead trains.
Oh yeah.
They're just completely empty.
Can you tell from the outside?
No. I mean, other than like you see through the windows that there's like no one on board. It doesn't happen very often though because it's pretty expensive.
Oh yeah, I can imagine. You could at least get a couple people.
Yeah, usually you can find people, but sometimes they just need to reposition equipment in the network and they don't want to bother,
it's
people
easier to do it in the night or something.
People hopping on board. But yeah, that's a bummer you couldn't find parking.
Yep, so we just gave up, came back home.
Did you do anything?
But it felt like we did something.
No, yeah.
Which is really all that matters most of the time. What was I going to do? Walk around to look at all the food trucks.
Yeah, I mean.
Although I guess I am still hungry.
You're still hungry?
Well, not I guess not still hungry, but
it's starving.
I happen to also be hungry right now as I'm thinking about it. So.
Yep. I had a pretty good week. Hosted at TCC
that's right.
on Monday. Very small crowd, and then I think half that crowd left. So
yep, I might have been a contributing factor to some of that.
For those of you that may, and there's a very slim chance, but that weren't comedians that stayed, like the three of you, real champions.
Oh yeah, I wouldn't have done it.
Heroes.
Actually, I would have just because I love bad stand-up, or
I
have nothing better to do.
Sometimes it is more funny when it's like awkward and like nobody laughs at that, especially when you have somebody go up and they think it's gonna kill.
Oh yeah, right.
I saw someone at Bob's. It was kind of like that. Like they were probably like, first time I had ever seen them. It felt like they had practiced because there were like deliberate pauses for laughs after the punchlines,
and there was no
and
laugh
it was
there.
Dead quiet.
That
You
is
could
pretty
hear
funny.
a pin drop.
I do like that.
But yeah, hosted on Monday. That went pretty well, and then on Thursday I was at I did the Not Safe for Work show.
Oh yeah, that's right. Macy got on it at the last minute. Too.
Yeah, he did. I guess
Logan was on it, and Willie hosted.
Yep. A couple people actually backed out of that one. But it was my first paid show at Tacoma Comedy Club.
Pretty nice. Well, I mean, hosting you get.
Yeah, but hosting an open mic is,
it's hardly the same.
Yeah, hardly the same. But got to see the green room.
Oh yeah,
for the first time.
Go.
You know how like they have like snacks, but it's like underneath like the glass of a table. Yeah. What if it was like locked? It was just a museum of snacks.
I've seen that before where they do that like silica gel pour over stuff.
Oh yeah.
And then like captures it inside this gel, and then they make a table out of it or whatever.
Yeah, I've seen that done with flowers, I think.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, you keep a flower in
I've seen it with pennies very frequently.
Yep. Yeah. But I was just thinking that'd be kind of funny if it's like, it's just to look
this
at.
Is decorative candy.
Yeah, it's like, you ever been to Hank's, the pizza place?
Maybe.
It's over near like Old Town, I guess, if I had to put it.
Okay.
Anyways, on the walls they have these big glass display cases, and they're filled with old beer cans from all these different beers.
You can't drink any of them.
Oh no, unfortunately. I wonder if they're full. That'd be crazy.
Yeah, I don't know.
The Great Beer Heist. You're just drinking beer from the 70s and getting violently ill.
Yeah, I guess beer probably goes bad very quickly compared to how old those beers are.
Yeah,
I actually don't know how quick a beer goes bad.
I think it
Never
can last.
had that problem.
I think it could probably last maybe a year or two.
A year or two if refrigerated.
Yeah, I think so.
What if you keep? If you
Seltzers
keep it in the root
don't
cellar?
last long.
Oh, tell me about it.
Yeah, have you had a bad
so quickly?
Oh well, I mean, I meant the shelf life.
Guzzle.
Did you know Corona has a seltzer?
I could believe it.
Yeah, they got some interesting flavors I haven't seen before.
Oh yeah, they were branching out.
Yeah, watermelon lime combination.
Interesting.
Spicy pineapple.
Spicy pineapple, chili pineapple.
I think so. I think that's the intent.
Interesting.
Yeah,
I think I'd try the watermelon. I don't know if I like spicy pineapple though.
Yeah, I it was either that or the watermelon lime, and I got the watermelon lime. But
Was it good?
It was good. It was good.
Yeah, I feel like all the beer companies by now have started to make their own seltzers. It's just too cheap and easy to not throw your hat in the ring.
Although I guess like only one place has like a trademark on seltzery.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah.
Well, luckily it's not that great of a name.
Yeah. Well,
it's not super catchy, and it's the way that everyone refers to it.
Also, I'm rooting for Taco Bell and their lawsuit against Taco John's over the Taco Tuesday trademark.
Oh yeah, I saw LeBron James had a commercial about it.
Oh yeah, he did.
Yeah, in the finals.
Because like
I didn't even really understand it.
Taco Tuesday's so.
Because LeBron James used to love. He'd have like a big Taco Tuesday post every Tuesday. It was his big thing. I think he tried to buy it.
Yeah, so Taco John's, for our listeners that don't know, has a trademark on the phrase or the term Taco Tuesday, right? And I'm not sure how much legal power they've wielded in making sure no one else can use it, but it's become such a ubiquitous and common phrase that Taco Bell is now taking Taco John's to court, arguing that you can't trademark it anymore because it is a common phrase.
Interesting, because they want to use it?
Well, they want it to be available for everyone, which means
themselves.
that they want to use it.
Yeah,
but like, if any...
They're fighting for the people.
They are fighting for the people. And I didn't...
one of those people is LeBron James.
Yeah. Viva Taco Bell, man. Viva Taco Bell.
Taco Bell and LeBron James have teamed up against the small. How many chains do you think Papa or Taco John's has?
I've probably seen 2 my entire life, but I'm sure they probably have maybe a couple hundred.
Okay, but they're still sizable.
Yeah, I would
it's
say
not
so.
It's not a mom and pop. You wouldn't say.
No, it's not a mom and pop operation. But it, I guess we'll see where it goes. But I imagine if this does happen where they lose the trademark, we'll see.
We'll have to have We'll have a Taco Tuesday to celebrate.
We will. But going back
to Taco Tuesday.
Pirate Taco Tuesday.
Yeah, underground.
But going back to the Not Safe for Work show, I thought I did pretty well, and it was like, I don't do a lot of dirty stuff, so it was like
fun to reach into your bag.
Yeah, it was I enjoyed it, and I'd love to do something like that again. It was a lot of fun. Great way to spend a Thursday.
I heard
evening.
The show was pretty good too. I heard Paul Goodwin did really, really well.
Yeah, he did great.
So shout out to him.
Yeah, for sure.
I noticed you got 2 wristbands on your wrist. Have you been active?
I'll get to that in a moment.
Oh, okay. You had something before then?
Yeah, actually I did. Went to the Sounders on Saturday.
Of course.
and they won at home against the New York Red Bulls.
That's a pretty good name.
So great history there, because the first MLS, the inaugural match, home match for the Sounders, we played the New York Red Bulls and we beat them.
Okay.
Yeah. So it's like, it's a bit historic.
Redemption.
Brings back, not redemption, because Red Bulls have never beaten us at home, ever.
That's not much of a rivalry then.
Well, it's not. We hardly play them because they're in the Eastern
on the other
Conference.
side of the world.
Yeah, not the world, but I mean, unless the United States is the entire world.
It's pretty close.
You think so? It's like,
I think it's 5,000 miles across the world and it's 2,000 miles to New York. It's pretty close.
It's got to be more than 5,000.
5,280.
Stop.
No, that's how many feet are in a mile.
Yeah. But it's just historic, and because that was our first MLS opponent we've ever played. It's not much of a rivalry, although I think everybody wanted to see them lose like big time because, well, two reasons. One, they've never beaten us at home, and we want to keep that going. And I think I remember telling you when we went to the rodeo, they have a player on their team, the Red Bulls, Dante Van Zier, who he shouted a racial slur at another player.
Oh yeah. What kind of race was he?
Well, the guy he shouted it to was black.
Oh, okay.
But Dante Van Zier, I'm not sure about him.
Van Zier, so is he like Dutch or something?
Well, he's an import player from Belgium, but I don't think he's Belgian.
Belgium's, they're some of the racistest.
They are. Yeah, you read up about the Congo and stuff like that. But anyways, he shouts a racial slur at a player during a match. And the Major League Soccer says they have zero tolerance for racism.
Zero tolerance. Interesting.
He got a six-game suspension. So he's back playing again.
Well, yeah. Is zero tolerance the death penalty?
Well, I figured he'd probably be removed from the league.
Removed from the league.
At least if when I hear zero tolerance, that's what I think. But maybe they mean it as in zero tolerance is like you'll get a punishment, right? But I thought they were going to be like, guess you're going back to Belgium, buddy.
I guess that's a good point. Zero tolerance, because we used to have that for zero tolerance for bullying in our school.
And what is that?
That's a big thing. But it's not that the punishment is very severe.
Yeah.
It's just that it gets triggered at a very low threshold.
Right. So
then what ends up happening is you do something way more severe than a very small infraction, and it gets treated the same as a slight infraction. Is the problem with the zero tolerance policy. So you end up being a flagrant racist, and it gets treated as badly as an offhand remark.
Yeah. Well, the thing is, despite the league punishment, I think now everybody's like, yeah, Dante Van Zier, that's the racist.
That's the racist guy.
He is the racist in the league. Yeah.
Is he trying to own it, or is he embarrassed, do you think?
I don't know. He gave a very typical sort of apology, I'm going to work on myself and I'm going to be taking sensitivity courses and I'm going to move on and improve as a person. It's like, I think I'd have more respect if he was like, yeah, you got me. I'm a racist. But of course you can't say that. Because then they would remove him from the league for sure. But, it was cool
So quick tangent. I found out the diameter of the diameter of the Earth is 8,000 miles.
Oh.
So the circumference at the equator is 25,000 miles. So 5 times bigger than I said.
Okay.
So... But we're not at the equator. We're kind of like halfway. At the top of the Earth,
right.
It's only 1 mile.
It's only
right, or an inch, depending on how close you get.
I don't know. I feel like that's cheating. If you go up to the North Pole and you run a quick mile and you're like, I circumnavigated the globe.
Circumnavigated the globe. I would do it.
A Magellan would be screaming if he wasn't dead.
I did it 10 times in one day. I'd say. Set the record for circumnavigations in a day.
Make Magellan look like a fucking pussy, dude.
Yeah, right.
But Yeah, that it was a fun match. Great crowd, especially nice weather. Memorial Day weekend.
Oh yeah, the weather's
You
been
just
great.
you just can't beat it.
I mean, there's a reason everyone's coming here. I hear.
Yeah, although I thought we were gonna scare them away with the home prices.
Yeah, so I got an news article that's been in my news feed for a while now, or the last couple of weeks. Is not a couple of weeks, but week and a half. I'm not sure exactly. Kid from Federal Way won American Idol.
Yeah.
Iam, I think is what his name was.
Mm-hmm.
And he grew up in Hawaii, moved to Federal Way. He said, "Priced out of paradise."
Oh
Is
yeah.
the quote is what they say.
I'll bet.
But then it's like, what? He moved to King County, or I'm not sure if Federal Way's in King County or
it
not.
Is.
But like, yeah, I just saw that it's the fat. I mean, I guess there's a strong Islander community to be with, but priced out of paradise. I don't know if I'd go to Federal Way.
I don't know if I would either.
But what an amazing singer that kid was. 18 years old. Yeah.
I never watched American Idol, so I was always like sort of out of the loop. Like there's artists where it's like, oh yeah, they started on American Idol, and I'm like, I had no idea.
Yeah, well, it's like one of those things. There's a million musicians out there you've never heard of, where people just bubbling under the surface. So it's nice to just have another platform for success.
Yeah,
or people's talents to be shown.
Yeah, I don't think my parents liked it very much. That's why we didn't watch it.
No, that's fair.
Yeah,
you have to enjoy singing covers.
Yeah, I think that's probably the part they didn't like. They're like, I don't
like covers that much.
Usually. I don't want to hear this.
Yeah, I've live performances have grown on me over the years. I used to very much not like them when I was younger.
Live performances, yeah, same here.
It's not as good exact.
Same here, yeah. But yeah,
there's some
pretty
ones
good.
Out there. That really shows a great performer if they can make a live performance as compelling as a studio.
Yeah, for sure. And you you were rooting for this kid. Did you follow it at all?
No, I only saw the final results. But,
okay.
Someone I'm friends with was like a teacher at his school or something like that. Or like, I don't know, it was just in all sorts of different areas of the news. Because it was also that his dad had died like 3 months before. And like he was like, you're going to win American Idol, and you kind of need one of those stories to win that kind of show.
For sure.
But because of this, all of his performances, he like would break out and cry in the middle. And it was made this very compelling, the song.
Yeah.
So anyway, I recommend anyone looking those up.
Yeah.
If they're interested in crying over listening to The Sound of Silence or something like that.
Wow.
Yeah, I think that's what he's saying.
It does kind of remind me with like those, you got to have like a sort of captivating like background or sort of like a sad story behind it, something that'll really like the audience can sort of latch on to. Reminds me of like during like political elections where all these guys whose like parents paid their way through Yale and stuff were like, yeah, we had it hard too when we didn't have enough money to go to Lake Tahoe, so we went to we went to Boulder. We went to Boulder instead.
Yeah.
But yeah.
I don't know why this makes me think of it, but what are the Swift boat for truthers up to these days?
Swift boat for
truth.
For truth.
Do you know what I'm talking about?
No.
They were like a political action committee for or against John Kerry. I can't remember.
John Kerry. Okay. Yeah.
Anyway, not sure why that popped into my head, but
John Kerry.
Those PACs, they just kind of go away after each election cycle, right?
Some of them stick around for a while.
I always thought they were an interesting one, the Swift Boat Truthers or something.
The Swift Boat Truthers.
Yeah, it was something about like George Bush didn't really serve in the military or something like that.
Yeah, well, George Bush, I think he was in the Texas Air National Guard.
Or John Kerry wasn't actually in the military.
He was in the Navy.
Swift. Was he on a Swift boat?
I guess he was.
Or maybe he
that
wasn't.
would make.
Who knows?
Well, yeah. Yeah, you gotta. I don't know. I feel like you got to have a lot of gall to say somebody wasn't in the military,
Yeah,
especially
right.
when it's
especially on Memorial Day weekend like this is.
well, especially when like their service is like as well documented as like a presidential candidate because
Yeah.
like that's if there's one thing you don't screw up when you're running for the presidency, do not lie about military service.
Have you ever seen that happen?
No, but I haven't been alive for very many
I guess
elections.
That's a good point.
I mean, I'm sure there's probably been like some like third party candidates at like some caucus in like Iowa or something when they're in like a high school gymnasium and somebody's like, "You're full of crap."
Yeah, exactly.
You know?
Look it up.
Yeah, I'm sure.
You've served in our United States military.
Mhm.
Did you do anything in that vein for the weekend?
No.
Like, what do you do? Is there anything you're supposed to do for Memorial Day weekend as a?
I mean, some guys will
I
go
want
to
to say a
like.
decorated veteran, but I don't think that's the case.
No, I'm not
You don't-
decorated.
You're without decorations.
Yeah, without decoration.
You're like a pine tree in the forest,
I'm
waiting to become a Christmas tree one day.
I'm a peacetime. I was a peacetime soldier,
There you go.
which is arguably, not even arguably. There's no argument. It's the best kind of soldier to be is a peacetime soldier.
Nobody in the history of the world has ever made an argument to the contrary.
You know what? I don't even want to hear it
Yeah.
because I could not imagine anything worse than having to go fight in a war.
So you can only get decorations if it's an active war.
I mean, you can get decorations for like you did a good job on, leading a convoy during a training exercise. Sure, we reward people, for just hard work in general, right?
You never got any decorations.
I mean, I got a couple, like.
Oh, so
medal-
you are decorated.
Well, I wouldn't. How many? Okay, how many things do you put on a Christmas tree
Before
it's decorated? Right?
I mean, if you got do you have a star on the top?
No.
Okay, no stars on your
No,
shoulders.
I was a lieutenant, so it's a silver bar when you're
Oh, you got
first
the bars.
lieutenant,
No
yeah.
bar. You got the bars, but no stars.
No.
Just the stars and bars. Just the bars.
That was a different army. We beat that army.
You got one bar.
back in 18. Yeah.
Any other decorations?
You get there's basically some participation medals. Anyone who signs up for the
Hey,
military gets some.
What?
Yeah.
What is this country turning to? Participation trophies for everybody?
I think actually the National Defense Service Medal's been around for a while.
What's that?
You just get it for serving.
Oh, that's like the entry level one.
Yeah.
Okay,
yeah.
well you got that.
There's one for like completing your training.
Okay, so that's two.
Yeah, and then I got an Army Achievement Medal, which is like good job, you did something well.
What was it for?
It was we went to do some training in Yakima, and I was the transportation officer, and the trucks got to where they needed to be on time most of the time.
Nice.
Not every time,
So you got a medal for that?
but most of the time.
They
is good
decorated
enough.
you for that?
They gave me a decoration.
Wow.
I don't know if I'd call it a. Well, like, and then I got an Army Commendation Medal, and they just, they gave that to me as like a thank you for your service, since like you're
like on
out.
your way out, you get
Yeah,
one.
on my way out, they're like you didn't.
You're
We're not
still
going to say you
here.
did a great job, but you
made
did a
it
job
all the way to the end.
Yeah, you didn't get anyone killed, and you didn't cost the taxpayers millions of dollars.
So some people don't get it on the way out if they suck.
Honestly, I feel like we're getting to a point where it's like politically correct to just give everyone like a little award unless they like, I don't know, are going to prison. Right? It's like,
Yeah,
you gotta
because
give
it
them
does
some-
seem crazy to be a veteran and not have any decoration.
Well, yeah, and like regardless of how well somebody did, how well someone served, as long as they got an honorable discharge, honestly, sometimes staying out of trouble is commendable enough.
There you go. The stay out of trouble.
Staying out of
award.
trouble. And it's still a big sacrifice,
What do you think the best decoration is? Like if you could get one more decoration on your collection.
I mean, the highest decoration.
Probably 5 stars on your shoulders.
The highest decoration. Well, so I mean, there's the Medal of Honor, of course,
Medal
but
of Honor is pretty nice.
You got to go to war for that one.
Okay.
Astronaut badge.
Ooh, astronaut badge.
Astronaut badge, I think, would be my favorite to get. But you got to go to space, but we don't have to be at war to send people to space. So,
ooh, interesting.
Just
so it's the highest peacetime decoration you could get.
In my opinion, I think it's the highest peacetime decoration you can get. I'm sure there's other ones out there.
Yeah, it's funny because my cousin's an astronaut, and she was just complaining that she wears the pin. Mm-hmm. It's the one pin in her blazer, for the whatever her mission was. And she's like, now I have holes in all of my blazers for where this one pin goes. So now I'm obligated to have a pin in it.
Yeah, well, now it's very easy. That first time you place it, you got to get it right. But after you get it right once, you just find where the holes are. It's
just
too
like
easy.
An earring. That makes sense.
Too easy. But yeah, honestly, there's a part of me that's like, when they give you an award, it's like, don't do this to me. I don't want to put more shit on my uniform.
What am I, Mahmoud or
Gaddafi? I'll tell you what. I was.
You ever hear about that?
He had like a bunch of.
He started making up his own awards just to fill it out.
It's like Brezhnev. Brezhnev gave himself like 9 Hero of the Soviet Union medals.
Nice.
It's like the highest honor of the Soviet Union. He just kept giving them to himself.
What did he do? Was he the great?
He was the premier of the Soviet Union, but he was the worst premier of the Soviet Union of like the big 5, I'd say.
Yeah.
Like Malenkov, he wasn't even there for very long. I don't think you can really weigh him in. But, like, I would argue Brezhnev is the guy that brought the whole thing down. Like, he was just such a bad leader and just terrible.
What are you talking about? He got 9 medals of the war, the top medal.
Well, if you're giving yourself the medals.
Yeah, it's like when Napoleon declared himself emperor,
or
whatever it was.
Yeah, but I was actually in a unit
famous painting
that so you wear unit citations, so any award your unit has,
you have
to wear.
Well?
And I was in a unit that was in like World War I, World War II, Vietnam. And they had like 7 different 8 different decorations, and I was like, "This is ridiculous."
What? Just because the unit was still like.
If a unit,
so it's like the cavalry no longer exists, and now we got the whatever.
So it was a field artillery unit. So cannons have been around since
field artillery.
Yeah,
interesting.
Been around for a long time. Cannons have been, but.
You were in charge. You were moving around field artillery.
Ammunition. They're ammunition. Big 155 millimeter rounds. They're like 100 pounds a piece.
Jesus, that seems too big.
Why
does it need to be so big?
So you can fit as much explosives and shrapnel as you want into the into the warhead.
I guess that makes sense.
Because like a lot of it's. I think like airburst, you want it to explode up above targets and just spread shrapnel over. Well, there's a bunch of different ammunition. My favorite was white phosphorus.
Oh yeah, Greek fire.
I would argue it's worse. Yeah, but you had to keep a big bucket of water, and I guess the idea was if it caught on fire, you'd pick the round up and you'd dump it in the bucket of water, but. No one was going to pick it up.
It's worse than jumping on a grenade.
I would just be like, everybody run. It's going to blow.
Yeah.
Because
What does it do?
So it's meant to be a smoking agent, so you would use it to obscure troop movements.
Oh, really?
Right?
Okay.
So because it creates a ton of smoke.
Mm-hmm.
It also burns extremely hot, and it sticks to things, especially people. It will stick to people, and it will cook them alive.
Interesting, but it's not used as a weapon. It's just used as a
You're
smoke
not
screen.
supposed to. You can use it as a weapon, and it's a horrible, horrible thing to use.
Is it considered chemical warfare or something? Like, is it against the
It's
Geneva
definitely
Code or something?
it's definitely against a few like international treaties.
To use as a weapon, but it's fine as a smoke
It's
screen.
fine as a smoking agent.
Interesting. That's a weird rule.
It is. But yeah, so like this unit had a bunch of different, like presidential unit citations, or like the French gave them like the, I don't know, the Croix de Guerre or something like that.
Okay.
So it's that was a bunch of stuff to put on too. But would I consider myself decorated, to bring it back full circle?
It sounded like 6 or 7 decorations.
When I was it was a decorated unit. But I myself, could you imagine you've been in the Army for 5 minutes? They're already giving you all these medals. It's I didn't even do anything.
You're
but
just part of a big team.
Yeah, it's part of. I mean, all the people who earn those medals are probably dead, but it's
You got to pass them on.
you got to carry the colors.
Yeah.
Carry the colors. But yeah, speaking of decorations, you asked me about my 2 wristbands here.
Yes.
So this is going to be one of those awkward moments where I have to admit that this is this is actually taped on a Sunday, because if I tell this, it's going to break
then it'll seem like you were wearing it for a whole extra day.
Yeah, I was at the Rainiers game.
Ah, yes.
Today,
and that occurred on Sunday.
Actually, what we'll do is we'll be like, I brought these wristbands with me. I'm not wearing them anymore.
Well, you could just say you're wearing them the next day, right?
Well, I wouldn't go to sleep with these on.
You're right. That'd be preposterous.
That would be, especially because like getting these off, you almost have to tear them, right?
Yeah.
They're designed that way so people can't give them to minors.
I've fallen asleep with them on.
Yeah, I have too, but like,
you don't want the people to think of you
I don't
as
want
that
the
people.
I don't want. Yeah.
I agree.
I mean,
it's unbecoming of you.
It is. Yeah. No.
Keep wristbands on forever. That's a little trashy.
Yeah, I think so too. Especially 2.
Yeah, because so one was your entry and one was for drinking.
Actually, they're both for drinking. So this is funny.
Ooh.
So a friend of mine in a raffle won 4 Summit Club tickets.
Oh.
So Summit Club tickets, you get like a few free drinks. I think it's like 3, and they have like free popcorn and peanuts. But to get into like Summit Club areas, you have to have the blue wristband, right? However, if you go to the R bar, it's a separate wristband. They have to check your ID twice for these 2 locations. And like when the guy was putting on, so the R bar one is yellow and the Summit Club one is blue. I already had the blue one, and the guy giving me the yellow one was like, I know it's stupid. And I was like, don't worry about it.
I'll take another wristband.
Yeah, I was actually afraid that like every concession stand was going to have its own wristband. Like I thought I was going to have like 5 or 6 by the end of the match.
And you'd have the whole rainbow.
But yeah, free complimentary drinks, free peanuts, free popcorn.
How was the game?
It's hard to. Oh, it was great. It was fantastic. We were playing the Las Vegas Aviators. And it was just like edge of your seat. Like, the lead kept changing.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Plenty of hits, plenty of runs. 2 home runs. The Aviators got one, and then we got one that gave us 2 runs up on them and won us the game. So,
nice.
Yeah, big play. Great seats. I was like, I think my friends and we were maybe 5 or 6 rows back from home plate.
So you were like
if it was on TV, you would have seen us.
Does it say to like keep your heads up, or were you?
They got a net.
You got the net.
They got actually that stadium I think has netting around pretty much the whole thing, unless you're at the Michelob Ultra launch pad. Yeah, but actually. We got a foul ball.
You caught a foul ball?
My friend next to me did, and it's actually kind of weird because like it popped way.
Did you bring
up.
your glove?
I use my hat.
Oh, nice.
I don't have a glove, but so the four of us are sitting there, just pops right up, and we all go for it. And you know how it has like the blue text on it, like the Rawlings official Major League Baseball ball? It like grazed one of my friends like on the hand because he didn't quite get it, and it left like a blue streak where you could see like the text got rubbed off.
Was it coming in hot?
It went pretty high up, and then it just came straight down on top of us. But
interesting.
The guy next to him got it, so that was exciting. There was one place like up in the upper deck seats. I think they had like 5 foul balls go their way.
Oh yeah,
and I don't think they got a single one.
Oh, so close.
Yeah,
was it pretty packed? I saw there was traffic around the stadium.
It was because I think that stadium, it's 6,500 is the capacity, and I think they said the attendance was over 6,100.
Wow, that's very close.
Yeah, great stadium. I mean, just like the facilities are great. The parking's not too bad, but the concessions, I really like the concessions.
What'd you get?
Well, this is a funny story. So I got a hot dog. You got to get the hot dog at the game, right? And I got it from the hot dog stand up at the Summit Club, right? That's the upper level. And you can pick your toppings. So I get grilled onions and cream cheese.
Okay. Seattle style?
Right. So they actually have 2 different kinds of like actual hot dogs. There's a brat, and then there's a more classic hot dog that all beef that they call a Rainier dog, right?
Okay.
But I get it with the Seattle dog toppings. And my friend's like, "Did you get a Seattle dog?" And I was like, "Yeah, I got a Seattle dog." And the person working the stand was like, "No, it's a Rainier dog." And I was like, somebody doesn't know what a Seattle dog is.
Well, I think, though, the Seattle dog is not with the hot dog. It's with the sausage, more classically.
More classically, I think so. But, like, I would argue
the
like,
toppings are really
the toppings are the what's the...
But maybe he was a real stickler, and he's like, no, you got a Rainier dog with Seattle dog toppings.
You know what? The customer is always right. And if I say it's a Seattle dog, it's a goddamn Seattle dog.
And maybe that's a Tacoma dog when it's on a Rainier dog.
Anyways, it was a very confusing...
Do they use Walla Walla onions, you think?
Is that...
It's a local onion.
I don't think they do.
It's a common onion. Sweet onion.
I don't think they do.
I'm not sure. Gotta look it up.
Do you think you could taste it?
Oh yeah, I can taste the difference in
You
onions.
can?
Oh yeah, for sure.
Wow. Are you a bit of a onion?
It's like the sweet onion, the Walla Walla.
Okay.
So
maybe it was. Maybe that's why it's
because it's sweet onion. It's not like red onion, or white onion.
Could you imagine that? Oh. Ugh.
I like red onion.
Red onion on a hot dog with cream cheese?
Not with cream cheese.
Yeah, I was about to say.
Too untoward.
Yeah. But yeah, that was kind of an awkward exchange. But I had my Seattle dog, and it was pretty yummy. But man, the complimentary drinks. I mean, I completely forgot that like that was a part of like the Summit Club ticket package.
Okay.
And like I was like,
so how many did you didn't take advantage? You didn't get 2 right off the bat?
I got 3.
Nice. That's surprising they do that. Usually it's 2 at a time.
Yeah. Well, so what I ended up doing was actually I didn't get them all at once, but I got them pretty early. Like I just kept on going to a different concession stand.
Good thinking.
But they nice part of the package. I totally
3 Rainiers.
No, I got Narrows Brewing has like a beer, I guess they made like to be served at the stadium called First Pitch.
Sick.
I had a couple of those.
Were those nice?
It was great. Yeah, it's I think it was sort of like a hazy IPA. And then after that, I had one of those Corona seltzers.
The watermelon.
Yeah, lime watermelon together. But on Sundays, it's rosé all day. I guess there's like a package, and you get like a certain amount of like rosé. But I'm not really like a wine at a baseball game kind of guy.
Yeah, but you can have your narrows, and your lady can have some rosé.
I feel like
What was like the male female ratio you feel there? Pretty good split.
I would say there were more males because I guess a bunch of T-ball teams decided to go to the game together. So
okay,
there was tons of
all the little
small
kids.
boys
Yeah,
in the crowd.
swinging the scales towards males.
Yeah, they very much did. But yeah, a lot of women in this area. I've noticed really enjoy baseball. I mean, it's a great it's a great sport to like just have a good time at. Like,
oh, totally.
At baseball, I feel like it's great to like hang out with your friends and relax. Soccer, you can't have a conversation at a soccer match.
I got you. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, and I also feel like a lot of it's like you're more likely to watch a sport that you've played, and I know probably just as many people who've played softball as played baseball.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. Yep. But yeah, I mean, wine, I feel like more of a Formula One beverage.
Yes. I
That'd
like that.
That'd be cool if they had a Formula One race around here. Portland has the Portland Grand Prix, don't they? Or is that?
I'm not sure.
Is that
actually
gone?
I don't know. I don't know racing hardly at all.
Oh well, Portland. If it doesn't exist anymore, which I'll have to look it up. There once was a Portland Grand Prix, in Formula One.
That's kind of sick.
Very cool. I'd love to go see Formula One.
Well, maybe one day your dream will come true.
Yeah. But
when next time you go to Monaco.
Yeah.
I think it was just in Monaco.
Oh, really?
I think so.
Yeah.
I don't pay that much attention.
Yeah, it's cool. I think, I don't think it's as popular as it was in like the 80s, 90s, but it's still very cool. Same thing with Rally. Rally used to be very popular.
Yeah, dirt. They got the dirt tracks though around here.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, those are cool.
Yeah.
I haven't been in a long time though.
Yeah, but
got any Tacoma things or events coming up this week?
Well, not really Tacoma specific, but there's a double header at Lumen Field on Saturday. Sounders Timbers, a derby match, and then after that, same place, right afterwards, the OL Reign, the women's team, is playing the Portland Thorns, their rival.
Ooh, interesting.
So, yeah,
that's
so you
cool.
get two rivalry games back to back, and you can buy a ticket for both.
That's cool. Are you going to go to both?
Absolutely.
Interesting. They put the men's first. What time is it? Like at noon and at 5 or something?
Yeah,
like
the men's I think kicks off at 1:30.
Perfect.
Yeah.
That's a perfect full day.
So I think they alternate. So like last time they did a double header like this, I think the women went first and then the men were the evening game, and now the men go first and the women are the evening game.
That's pretty cool. Did you go to it last time?
It was great. The lot of fun. The women won, and then the men, well, they lost.
Oh, well, you can't win them all.
Maybe this time they'll both win. I hope so. I mean, the OL Reign, they seem like they've been doing pretty well.
The OL Reign.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know what the OL is for.
I was just about to ask, what is OL?
I have no idea.
Because there's all sorts of those, FC or blah, blah, blah.
Yeah, I don't really follow the...
OL makes me think offensive line.
I don't really follow the NWSL very much.
Just in their local rivalry with Portland.
Well, I mean, since I have season tickets, I think I already have the...
your full allocation of football to follow.
Yeah. Oh.
Is it not this weekend? Or did they change the schedule?
It's no, it is this weekend. It's just so the OL is Olympique Lyonnais.
Oh.
It's like Olympic Lions, I think.
Interesting.
It's like it's like a French. There's like a French parent club or something like that they get that
it's
designation from. I wonder if it's kind of like how Real Salt Lake asked Real Madrid for permission to use Real.
They did.
And yes, they did. And
And
Real
they got it.
Madrid
It was
said they.
approved?
Yep, Real Madrid said they could.
bowed the head.
Mm-hmm.
That's pretty
sure
sick.
did. Sure did. But
Well, that's a good one to look forward to this weekend.
yeah, I'm excited for it.
I got my dad's birthday on the 4th, but we're gonna
Ooh.
celebrate it on the 3rd. He's turning 60, so that's exciting news.
Happy birthday, Papa Fitzmaurice.
Yeah, so that'll be good. And then the new Tacoma Comedy Club on 6th is going to be opening up this next week. So I'll be starting some shifts over there, and we'll just start walking over to the mic.
Totally forgot to sign up. For
Yeah, you only signed up for one or the other, or didn't sign up at all?
Forgot to sign up for both because I
They
forgot
closed
they
it by,
closed
like,
it
the
at the 15th.
Yeah,
Not only that, but I heard there just weren't a lot of spots in general this month.
Oh, yeah?
I heard at least the main location only had 6.
Well, I think it's the main location's doing Tuesday, Wednesdays, and the 6th and
Okay.
Proctor's doing Mondays, Thursdays.
Gotcha.
So it actually should be more.
It should be.
But we'll see. Yeah, we'll
We'll
see how
see,
it turns
yeah.
out. I still haven't been inside the new location, so I'm excited to see it this week.
Yeah, you've been training.
I am. I'm so trained.
When I went to the Not Safe for Work show, they had a bunch of people training, so everybody had like a little shadow following them
That's
around,
funny.
seeing how to do things.
Yeah, well, it's going to be a whole new crew over there, I guess.
Yeah, I'm excited. I heard our friend Emmett is going to be the host.
The hosting. Yeah.
Yeah.
We'll see how that goes. Hopefully he does a good job.
I think he
I
will.
heard Richie's going to be security guard.
Oh, okay. Yeah, Richie Brash.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
actually saw him. He was doing security at the Not Safe for Work show. He
Learning the ways.
did a great job.
Good,
Not
good
that
on
I
our boy.
imagined,
I'm not sure you could fail, really.
I feel like the security Super Bowl for the club is, at least from what Logan was saying, sounds like the Mike Epps show.
Yeah, Mike Epps.
Ooh.
Well, we'll see about that. coming up.
Godspeed.
Mike Epps in 2 weeks at the main location.
Godspeed Tacoma Comedy Club crew.
Yeah. But other than that, I think that was all I had on my exciting news coming up this week. But
Yeah.
it looks like a pretty good amount of events going forward.
Yeah,
so
I'm excited.
We'll have an exciting week to
I mean,
report back to y'all.
It's summer now.
It is summer now.
Yep. All right.
All right. Well, until next week, live life like the mountain's out. I'm pretty sure it will be.
Yep. Thanks for joining us.